an eye on some matches, get both open, get the multi-stream on its way. Watch this stream, watch Rocket Baguette, because they're just going to look at all the French teams and be happy with that. And we're going to look at everyone else, which is probably about 500 teams.
Yeah, right now, this No Clue squad with GROWLII and the rest of Hogan Mode sort of disbanding, going to be a hot topic. GROWLII's not waiting around at all, is he?
No, he certainly is not, and IVN and NASS have been looking exceptional in the kind of several of any tournament, to be honest with you, we saw recently. Seeing NASS and IVN doing incredibly well. So GROWLII maybe looking to get in a piece of that, try out with them and see where it sort of takes them, because that's how Hogan Mode was to begin with. It was just a pickup team, and well, they're certainly picking out the pace because it's 2-0 already and it's only been 20 seconds.
Feels like they're playing freestyle or something here. GROWLII has pinpointed IVN perfectly. NASS didn't really need to be there, but just throws a bit of style on the end of it. We're here for it.
Cannot complain for a little bit of style, but bacon. It's only been 20 seconds. It's already 2-0. NASS has got a goal without taking a shot on net. A lot of weird things are going on.
I think this is that classic case of Rotarian. Weren't particularly prepared for this at all. Don't know how their opponents are playing. They're a little bit, I guess, dazed, confused, bedazzled, and as a result, unfortunately, I'm goaling.
And the nicest way possible. Can we just like end the game now? Just move on to semi-finals. This is already over.
Right,
I'm going to say it now.
It's a best of 5. We know they can bring this back. They've just got to collect their heads because we know this team has got talent. I'm mostly looking towards velocity as the up-and-comer to watch at the moment from this squad. And so, you know, just let them get settled into the game because you know IVN, GROWLII, and NASS are just going to be sort of asserting their dominance in the early days. So, whilst I wasn't expecting it to be 3-0, I'm going to be real about that. I was thinking it'd be 1-0, maybe 2-0 the first minute into the game.
Well, a 3-0 first minute is something you certainly can bounce back from, but it will be a compellingly difficult task. As a lot of demos have came from the side of No Clue, and the Rotarian have done nothing but kind of sit and take it. They haven't had much control of the game at all, and by even getting a pass downfield, NASS unable to receive it, Pablo will intercept. IVN off the corner and a pass into centre now. No one can make that connection. 90 seconds gone on by. Velocity beaten to the ball by NASS. BRUHKAY finally a little bit of control in the way of Rotarian. Can he do too much with it? No, as it's easily saved by IVN. A shot off the backboard to follow up. Nowhere to be found. BRUHKAY just sends it out to the side. And a bit of a wasted chance there as the ball slows down into the possession of No Clue.
It might be a wasted chance, sure, but you can see they're reading the game better. And Rotarian now have got an idea of how No Clue want to play. This is going to be a bit of a runaway, but BRUHKAY just gets a touch on it. And Pablo's done well, just slow things down, allow time for his teammates to push up.
That's where we see the pass from IVN. Touching the centre means velocity left on his own. Gets the pass one, but GROWLII's not going to make it so easy. Pablo flies past the ball. Here comes NASS off to the backboard now. BRUHKAY is there waiting to the corner. But the pass in the centre, perfect for GROWLII off the corner. He can reach that. He will not get the touch. The pass won't be found either. BRUHKAY just launches that ball upfield and needs to try and find a pass to velocity. The pass is great, but velocity is not ready for it.
I mean, they were taking the risk. It was well calculated as well, going for the pinch there to set up the pass because, you know, you're sort of hedging your bets. And yeah, we're really seeing Rotarian meet No Clue now. The pace of the game is rising, and Pablo is scoring.
The Pablo scored, the GROWLII score. Because I think that might be another own goal onto the books there. Nevertheless, I go credited the way of Pablo. But yeah, GROWLII wanted a bit of glory himself there. 3-1 for No Clue as GROWLII gets their own goal back on the side of their team.
It's not an own goal, it's a forced goal, right? Pablo put it in a dangerous position. NASS couldn't do anything. GROWLII was just mowing on through, wanting to get it cleared up pretty quickly. Goal going into the back of the net, it just means No Clue can get back in the game quicker, right?
I would like to agree with you, but that ball was rolling at 5 miles an hour. That was easily getting saved. GROWLII did not touch that. Nevertheless, intended for NASS and a potential goal opportunity as he does send it high. BRUHKAY can get it off to the sidewall, but GROWLII isn't there waiting. The attempted dunk not found. IVN off to the corner now. Here comes NASS. He has IVN waiting, will not make the pass. And an attempted shot will travel wide, but GROWLII just lurking around ready to pounce. The ball falls back to NASS, and he's in a great position to launch that one upfield. Pablo tries his best to get in the way, and it does work out well, but the follow-up shot is non-existent, and that great pass has been wasted into a counter-attack instead, where Ivan in a really good position on it.
That was a really nice throw to the side by Pablo. The bump to dislodge, but Pablo needs help now, and this is where that communication for the team needs to be stepped up, because they cannot allow for this space. You look on the opposite end with no clue how quick they are onto the ball for each other. It doesn't allow the opposition to breathe, and Rotarian need to kind of follow suit with that. They need to bring that game closer.
Upfield to the backboard now from NASS. Denied well for just a moment, but there's more where that came from. GROWLII into centre, Ivan to receive. Another goal found for no clue. They got 3 in the first minute, and they found another 40 seconds left.
But they've been adapting to their opposition as well, trying to force those longer balls, trying to force that space out of the respect and sort of the step up of Rotarian here. So right now we've got 40 seconds. You claim this game is kind of done and dusted. I know you claimed it in the first minute, and you know, well done to you, boy, for already predicting the end result, I guess, with the 3-goal margin. But nonetheless, Rotarian can use the final 30 seconds now and figure out how to play against No Clue for the rest of the series.
They certainly have to use it as a learning experience, yes, but I think a lot of the time, for a team which in my eyes has very different levels of capability, if you're not getting off to an early strong start, you do not have a chance of winning. And that is what Rotarian have to do. They have to get that early strong surprising start, or else they are just going to lose, not only to the other team, but also to themselves. They're going to trip up, make a lot more mistakes, they're going to get nervous because they've got this deficit.
And because of that deficit, they've got to work on the macro of the game, essentially try and control the pitch rather than the individual plays. Because, let's face it, with players like NASS, GROWLII, and Ivan, you try and 1v1 them, you're going to lose. Like, you know, or, you know, you'll lose 60-70% out of 100, right? So what you need to do is really work on that team synergy, look for those boosts, try and harm as much the resources your opponents have, whether that's ground, you know, air control, or even the boost control, and then work from there to stack things in your favor.
This feels like a series for me where not necessarily the first goal will win, but if, I feel like in any game, if No Clue get the first goal, they are just set to win this, no matter what the game is. Just due to the fact that I don't feel like there's a lot of comeback potential coming out with the Rotarian side, and of course it is only game 1, early days to say it, but they haven't shown me the confidence and the kind of experience, of course, as well, that they can come back from a deficit against a team who is very much stronger than them. Very hard to do so.
Yeah, and that's part of the Rendez-Vous, right?
Yeah.
Is that this is giving Rotarian the chance to play a team like No Clue, to get that experience, because it's vital, and without tournaments like this, you know, you don't get that. It's kind of, you know, we all love the RLCS format, right? But it's that kind of the invited prospect to either the main event or close qualifiers denies some of these up-and-coming teams the chance to play against them. And here, we've got that chance now. Rotarian have really outdone themselves, but this is the final moment. You want to be in with a shot of making it to that very top echelon. This is the type of team you've got to be. We thought it would be 90-10 earlier, but No Clue are looking like they're favourites to win it this evening, or at least, like, you know, that they're going to the grand finals.
Yeah, we're looking at the rest of the bracket. We had Team 4, the, you know, next iteration of Team 3, because they seem to be very inconsistent and always want to change their mind with their roster. And they lost in the round 1 of the, you know, top 16. They lost at 16th place. And now things have opened up massively. Rotarian have taken advantage of a big mistake from No Clue, and Ivan, a really bad challenge. GROWLII has nothing he can do unless he reacts at superhuman speeds. He has to let that one roll on in. It's a 1-0 start for Rotarian. It is exactly what it wanted.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's rewind that 1 minute. And based upon what you said earlier, Rotarian should be taking this game too, but we need to see more control, and Ivan has just punished them off the back of that kickoff. GROWLII's got a great receiver off the kickoff, but then the setup, the sort of maneuvering different defenders out the way was played perfectly.
And the difficult thing for Rotarian there to save that is that GROWLII got a reset on that ball. He has options. He can go for the shot and have a very good chance at getting it on net and scoring, or as we saw, he can go for the pass. So it's really a numbers game for the defenders of what's GROWLII more likely to do and what is easier savable for us. Like what can we actually save if he goes for the pass, if he goes for the shot? Are we in position to do that? They played the kind of wrong guess. They went for the attempt to save on the shot. The GROWLII just went for the pass. He had trust in his teammates and let them kind of take it into control.
Yeah, and they're clearly communicating to each other where they want their teammates to be or where they want the ball to be, so it's working really well. In a situation like this, if you're rotating, you need to get those demos or at least bumps to try and harm things. But that's a great follow-through from Velocity. It's a little bit lucky, you can argue, but the defense just were not expecting this.
That is the goals that a team like Roterion needs. That kind of little flick up there from GROWLII, just trying to get any touch he can to make the save, is what gifted them that goal. But they were in the position to get that goal. It's, you know, kind of the thing of like luck, especially in this game, doesn't really come down to just being lucky. It's kind of setting yourself up to get a lucky touch on the ball, setting yourself up to be in a lucky position where the ball will fly out to unexpectedly. And
it was an all or nothing play, wasn't it? Because they double committed to it. If that was saved, then it had been a goal going the opposite way.
And having that belief is certainly a good sign. Of course, risky from Roterion, but a lot of these teams need to make risky plays. No Clue tried to do the same thing, but look at that. They've been punished. They took a risky play. They pushed up as far as can be. A demo on one. NASS gets beat to the ball. There's nothing that they can do to make a save. It's another goal for Roterion. They're 3-1 up.
This is an interesting case study of different mentalities within gaming, right? Because you have got No Clue who are so confident in their individual abilities that are kind of getting cocky, you know? Like, they are making plays which are audacious. If you were going up against one of the other top teams, they would not be playing like this. They would be way more synced to each other in team synergy and not trying to be so flairful. But against their opponents, who are just sort of full YOLOing, they're getting goals. The defense still is lacking there, as you can see.
I think there's a good example of, you know, the full YOLO, as you wanted to call it. Of course, that's more just a double commit than anything else. It wasn't really much good to come from that. But a double commit where they both missed, and a double commit which is going to haunt them for a long time. Because 3-2 now for Roterion, that could have been a lot more safe of a lead if they didn't make one simple mistake. But now it's slowly slipping away and they've got to start being a lot more careful. Something that they're actually getting punished for doing, playing carefully, is the biggest issue that they have, because if anyone's going to be better than No Clue, they're better at the fundamentals, simple as that. They have got to get weird on the side of Roterion, but that touch is not the prime example. That is a costly touch.
But it was dictated by IVN there. Seeing Velocity's positioning on that sidewall, knew that Velocity's not going to be able to get a ton of power behind it, even with dodging into the ball. So just knew, follow through, still got the boost in the tank. There's the chance there. If not, there'd have probably been a teammate ready to swoop in.
Oh, save there from GROWLII. NASS has IVN to his side, both rushing upfield together. Great control to send that one out to the side. BRUHKAY launch that upfield. IVN, pass out to NASS. He's going to wait, take his time. There's no point wasting any boost on that because he knows he's losing that challenge. Rising high, though, off the corner goes NASS into center. Here comes IVN again. Pablo will send it high. NASS, great position waiting, and because he saved that boost in the earlier challenge, he can stay on this play. He's still got plenty to play with. He picked up some small pads and now finally got a full boost. He used that boost so well to keep himself involved. If he's going to lose a challenge, there's no point wasting boost to, you know, get close to winning. Just back off and accept that defeat.
I adore how No Clue here are actually maneuvering around their opposition, even in attack. They've got full respect for them now because they can see the scoreline and how they've responded, but instead they're continuously using the width of the pitch, trying to use the height as well to just eke themselves around, pulling out the fenders and waiting for the perfect player to sort of have an open net opportunity. It's just really clever heads-up Rocket League here.
Well, is he going to take his time? He has 0 boost in the tank. IVN, on the other hand, he's got plenty to play with. The pass upfield to GROWLII, deny well by Velocity. Pablo, beaten by NASS, but here comes BRUHKAY. The pass is air to center, but no one to receive. IVN to GROWLII. He's going solo. He's got a bump attempt on its way, but Velocity stays clear. Nowhere near GROWLII. IVN stops it right on the bar. Cannot find the follow. GROWLII attempt saved by Pablo. Gonna try to come on through though for no clue. GROWLII takes it low to IVN. It will go off the backboard. This could cause some damage here. It's NASS to take it past one. And the last defender could not sneak by BRUHKAY into the way, but it falls into the back of the net. No clue, make it 4-3.
This is like music right now for No Clue. Just you can feel that beat, constant hit, one after the other, all in sync. Just purposely hitting the ball where they want to be, setting up each other, pulling out if they know they're not going to have a good chance over that, and it kind of lulls the defense into a false sense of security because they will commit out to the ball, which they've already got ready, set up for a challenge to keep that pressure alive for No Clue.
GROWLII stop that ball off the steal in the pass that there's a centre from IVN. GROWLII waiting in the wings and NASS rising high. It's a good shot attempt, saved well. All No Clue has to do is hold on to this one-goal lead and the game will very much be theirs. Only 20 seconds to do so as well. A good shot, but a great save.
Yes!
The bump is perfect though, and no other saves will come on through. 4-4, Bacon, we could have an overtime on our hands.
Great response by Velocity, slows the play down, and then gets the pass as well to Pablo, who is now rushing it. That change in pace really brought the defense. Defense still holds their nerve though, but when you've got two players there ready, because you know you pulled two players out of defense, they're not going to have a strong follow-up. That's when you commit for the final play. 10 seconds left to go, and this is looking good for OT.
NASS will catch, NASS will take it high. A pass attempt to IVN as he waits on the wings. He's going to go solo. It's Velocity to Pablo to try and avoid the overtime. It's there,
No!
but he's skinned it to the ground. He just had to get a little bit of height. That's in the, not rookie, that's in the Challenger training pack. No, it's not even the All-Star one.
Dude, his legs just weren't long enough. He didn't have that length to reach the ball. It's as simple as that. We're in OT, and well, you gotta be thinking. Rotarian are there going, we're in with a chance to win this, boys. Let's just keep up that nerve.
No Velocity. Beaten to the ball by IVN. Gonna try and get the dunk on Pablo as well. Exactly what he will do. BRUHKAY waiting back, bumped by IVN. Here comes GROWLII. NASS waiting in centre to ready to get involved. But he's not going to be close enough. He's playing safer, and I respect that decision. It's IVN upfield to NASS, but Velocity is quick on the approach. Stealing boost, IVN does a great job at it. The ball will fall to him now. He's got plenty to play with. GROWLII, they're trying to make things a little bit confusing, but might cause a bit more discomfort for his team. NASS takes control. Pablo has to be careful because IVN is an undetected agent right now in that back line. It's GROWLII. No flip, no pass to be made. Velocity in a great position, a shot onto net, a little tap towards centre, nothing to come of it.
Big demo.
The attack's not going to slow down Bacon.
No, but that demo, however, removed the player that was going to follow up. Thus, they have to fall back into defense because the other two just did not have the boost and need to hold on to a bit of safety. This has allowed No Clue to step into their opponent's half, but they haven't got any security there. Too much width between them. And it means that No Clue are kind of looking for answers right now.
No Clue are struggling to develop a substantial attack. Meanwhile, Rotarian done a really good job at holding pressure consistently and really challenging No Clue's back line. We're barely getting the pass off to NASS, to the corner it will fall. IVN to the ceiling now, has GROWLII waiting at the side, but not going to go for the pass. He waits to get in a better position, gets more push along the road, and NASS had a free run onto that ball. GROWLII goes absolutely nowhere. I don't know where he was off to, different country perhaps. Maybe we're going to become a Scottish player instead of an English one. Off to the side though with Pablo. Make the pass, but reset. Velocity waits patiently. He knows he can't shoot that, but he can play off the touch. Trying to force it to center, trying to find a teammate to pass to, none of which he will succeed in, and the defense from No Clue stands strong and stands in control.
Good cover from Velocity there, seeing the danger, read it early that teammates not going to get it, maybe even called onto that. They've had enough time to move back into defense, and Pablo again going up for these early challenges, leaving this for a 1v1. No, BRUHKAY wants it nice and slow, push it up on the wall, allow a chance for your teammates to then get boost and hold on to that midfield line, respond afterwards. You know you don't win a game in an instant.
We have seen very, very clearly that the big solution here for Rotarian is get weird with it on the attack. You cannot play a basic game of Rocket League because No Clue is better at that.
No.
As you can see, they're better at the mechanics as well. And it is NASS. Split reset, or a ceiling reset. Bigs out one, two defenders left, and they cannot get near it. 5-4 the game ends, and No Clue head to match point.
You're saying fakes out one. Ivan was lingering on that backboard. All eyes in that situation are basically on Ivan because they're no longer expecting a solo play, especially from, net to net, the audacity to go for it. And then they've also got to be in the back of their heads going, where's GROWLII? Because you've seen the pace that no clue player, Rotarian, have to respond by trying to predict every eventuality. And in that situation, they overthought it. It was a simple play for NASS because we know how good NASS is, right? But that's the kind of thing. For NASS, you've got to expect that. And it almost feels like no clue went back to basics for themselves, really.
Yeah, simple as that. They had to go back to basics, so they did that to an absolute T. And Velocity put a shift in the offensive half. He got 3 goals to his name, same for Pablo, 1 goal, 2 assists as well. But they just could not find that closure. They couldn't find the sustained lead. And no clue, because of that, they are the better team in that regard. They are the better team at finding goals, at finding control of the game. They took advantage and they got the win in the overtime.
Yeah, no clue as well. Were a lot more clinical of how they play. Rotarian way too many times just threw the ball into their opponent's half, essentially giving up control because they were trying to run before they could walk, essentially. If they could be a little bit more comfortable with their own dribbles, you would see a big step up for this squad.
Oh, NASS, don't do it to them. NASS, you cannot do that to them. The reset, he plays it so slow and methodically. He just waits and Velocity can do nothing but watch and fear.
With how many possibilities there were for NASS there, Velocity just was sent spinning. A fake? Oh, just off target.
Oh wow. I'm still insanely impressed by the NASS goal, but coming down the other way, it is Rotarian. NASS taking his time on that side. He had Ivan there waiting centre. BRUHKAY not been involved too much, I would say, in this series. He's been a slightly disappointing for me. I want to see more of him contributing to the team, but no clue on the other hand. All 3 members playing a vital role in the success of this roster. With GROWLII off to the back wall, the pass is there to centre, but a bump on Ivan denies his chance, and NASS on the other hand, sent away flying.
BRUHKAY, I hate that I'm going against you here, bro, but BRUHKAY's role is the kind of just fill for the squad. Needs to patch, keep the rotations together, and then wherever's no Velocity. Oh, he's been mugged.
Wow.
No.
Wow, okay then. Now you just got the scam allow time by the goal line just there. And a counter attack will make it hurt even more. 2-0 for no clue. It's a counter attack to punish no other. Comes on through.
I mean, you said earlier you don't make your own luck, and some people would say luck can go both ways. That just leaves you now saying, Rotarian, you've got to find 2 goals. If you want to be the best, you've got to find them.
Centre now, Ivan. That pass at the centre, a reminder for people watching as well that Ivan, NASS and Rizzi has already announced they are playing as a trio for the next season, so maybe they're not available today, just kind of get some rep time with GROWLII nonetheless. But Ivan and NASS have already built up a lot of synergy together. Thing to see, and of course with Zeus we know him to be an excellent player, and we're seeing the Ivan and NASS synergy work very well, as NASS is perfectly positioned for that touch from Ivan, as Ivan is perfectly positioned for the touch from NASS.
So Raziers and GROWLII play quite similarly, and I think for GROWLII this is great because it's a low pressure situation, right? Might not be looking in for being in this squad, but still getting those reps, still going far in tournaments, puts his name like right in the face of everyone else. The other pros, seeing him go far, is still an option. You know what GROWLII can do, and GROWLII has done great today. It's actually, NASS has been very flair and carrying the ball through midfield, a perfect first man, but GROWLII as that second has been so safe with like the decisions. Do you go for the goal or do you keep recycling the ball? And that is a feat that not many, can really say they have, is being able to decide, do you go for the net or do you bring this back into a play?
Well, if I'm passing to NASS, he's going to get it involved. The shot will travel barely wide, but GROWLII turns into centre. Ivan waits patiently at the back line, to pass it over there to NASS. GROWLII, he gets involved with NASS waiting in the wings, waiting in the midfield, sorry. The touch not going to be found, but the control is no question in favour of No Clue. They have looked untouched this whole game, to be totally honest. That's the closest the ball's been to their net, I would say.
Just going for a psycho there, as you do. Yeah.
Fortunately for NASS, Psycho is not here today. So, won't get the brownie points for the casters.
Oh, NASS a little bit too early into that. You can see it's some like set pieces and calls, which is so incredible. Again, just repeatedly being ready and just knowing where each other is. But this is the runaway attempt, and I mean, the light at the end of the tunnel, it's still dim boy, but it's just got, you know, a couple of watts lighter.
There's a little flicker coming here and there, but you're thinking it's, you know, more just like an electrical fault rather than like a ghost or something. They're not too confident just getting what's going on. All they know is that they've got a little flicker of light, and they're hopeful that maybe something interesting will happen, but probably not.
Well, they've got to make something interesting happen. That was the chance! Oh, I love the idea behind it. GROWLII's denied the follow-up. Pablo can't find a pass to Velocity, and GROWLII is looking to run it away. Truly fearful of what Rotarian can do, respecting their offense.
Pablo has been made to Velocity and BRUHKAY. Off the side, well, Ivan to follow. Caught well by Pablo. With fakes. NASS going to take his time, pass on out to the side. Rising high, can't get the connection, the time keeps on ticking. It is match point for No Clue. With 3-1 the scoreline, they hold on for 30 more seconds, and the series will very much be theirs as they'll head to the semi-final. But NASS has to play this well on the back wall. Ivan lends a massive helping hand getting that out of harm's way. But the defense has had an absolute terrible time from No Clue. That is uncharacteristic of them.
Well, again, like, they were not expecting Pablo to turn around on that. They clearly read quite well. They had no boost, but just thought they'd give up on the place or go in for a bump and that they were quick enough to force another 50-50. The demo of kickoff is executed well. Follow up, BRUHKAY. Can you finish it? No, just wide in the follow-up save.
BRUHKAY has thrown the game there, to put it lightly. That wasn't a shot that he should be missing in any world. There was no defender there to make the save. That was all his, but nevertheless, Ivan will keep it up the showboat. But unless a miracle happened for Rotarian, the game, the series might just be over. And as GROWLII lets it drop, it is declared on your screen. No Clue take the series and move on to the semi-final.
It might be a 3-0, but there is also a big learning lesson for Rotarian. We saw them improve. The Rotarian in Game 3, bro, was night and day better than in Game 1.
Oh, 100%. They improved a lot throughout the series. Game 2, it could have easily went their way. Game 3, I'll say it clearly, it should have been an overtime by the end, but it was not. Rotarian, an unlucky way for it to end for them, but certainly, as you mentioned, a good 3-0 nonetheless. Like, yeah, a respectable 3-0, as hard as that is to kind of mention and like kind of explain. A good series for them. Nevertheless, that is the end of their tournament. No Clue waiting in the semi-final. They'll be coming up against either Monkeys or Bateau Chez la Bol. I don't speak French, I don't care. Nevertheless, we're going to find that out very, very soon. So stick around after the break. We'll see you then.